Hi, everybody. I'm Andy Greenberg, and with me is.
I'm Carol.
And you know what? If we would talk about 2020, we would probably say, man, it's a weird year and it's a record setting year. Probably some bad records, but it's also a weird year. So that got us to thinking, what a great discussion to have. Not about 2020, don't worry about that. But we are going to talk about records and we are going to talk about weird things. Now, what we are about to show you, please do not try at home.
Gee, I'm so curious.
Leave it to the other idiots that have done this. Okay? It's nothing that I've done. It's nothing that Carol has done. Now, let me ask you this question. How many of us enjoy a good bottle of beer?
Yeah, I like a beer once in a while. I have a favorite beer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you like Guinness beer?
No, I do not. Too dark. People love it. It's good for cooking, but I don't like to drink it.
Do you like anything associated with Guinness?
Well, I think there's the Guinness Book of Records.
Yes, the Guinness World Book of Records. And today, in a totally under her, she has no idea what the topic is.
No idea.
So she is like you. She always represents you. Okay. So that's why I ask her questions, get her involved, because I can't do this interactive. So let's continue. The Guinness World Book of Records. When you hear about the Guinness World Book of Records, what do you think about, Carol?
I think about odd things. I think about people breaking records and doing crazy things.
Yeah. Now, do they break the records because there's a record to be broken, or do they break a record because they want to do crazy things?
They break a record because they want to do crazy things.
Yeah, and they want to be in the record book. And we are going to see things are just going to blow your mind. The only thing I would ask you to do, please, is wait until the end. Some of this stuff might upset you. It might even disgust you, but that's okay. We want to get a little bit of fun in here. We want to get a bit of frivolity in here because eventually, you know what? We're going to return to the new normal, whatever that is. And I just want to show you the weird things.
Okay.
So then we know what normal people should be doing. But let's talk about how exactly the Guinness World Record came to be. It's a very, very interesting story. Well, number one, you might ask yourself, why is it called Guinness? And what relationship does it have to do with the beer?
I don't know. Maybe they're the ones that funded it, or maybe somebody drank a lot of beer and set the first record. I would think so. That would be the only reason.
Not bad for choices. However, here's what really happened. There was a top executive who worked for Guinness. And one day he went out to shoot birds. He went out to shoot birds. And this is what people do. I don't do it. Whatever. He did it. All right. Anyway, there was this bird. And the bird was flying. It's a true story. The bird was flying very fast. And the guy kept on trying to shoot the bird out of the sky. But the bird was smarter than the man. And the man wasn't drinking, by the way. He wasn't. He was straight. Okay. He wasn't drinking. So what happened was he was very frustrated. And he said to himself, geez, I wonder what is the world's fastest bird?
Uh-huh.
And in those days, you remember way back when they had the encyclopedias, Britannica, and remember those before they had the internet?
Yes, yeah. Very well.
They never had a book that talked about the fastest this, the most powerful this, et cetera, et cetera. So therein came the inspiration for what?
Guinness Book of Records.
The Guinness Book of Records. And by the way, can you think of how long ago that might have occurred? Before, within our lifetime or before?
I don't know.
What do you think? Before our lifetime or after?
Before our lifetime.
After, just by a couple of years. 1951 is when this event occurred. You might have been thinking, as I was originally, that as Carol did, that this was way back when, maybe in the early 1900s. But it was in 1951. And the bird that the guy was trying to shoot, by the way, listen to this, was something called the North Slob. So if anybody ever asks, Slob, S-L-O-B.
Oh, wow. I never heard of a North Slob.
Well, that's what happened. Well, so that's what he was trying to do. Well, he had a friend, this guy, and the friend was Christopher Catley, and the gentleman's name, by the way, was Beaver, Sir Hugh Beaver, and he was the managing director of the Guinness World Book of of the Guinness Breweries, and they got together and they started the first book, and the book was published in August of 1954. I figured we might want to know the history before we take a look at some of the weird things that occurred. So let me ask you this question. If there was a book out in 1954 that had the world records of this and that and blah, 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 would you buy it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Nah. Well, in the beginning, the book was selling in August of when it first started. It didn't sell a whole lot, 70,000 copies. That was it.
That's not a lot.
Would you quit?
No, I guess, I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the irony. Today, the Guinness Book of Records, it's been changed, by the way. The Guinness World Book of Records used to be called the Guinness Record because it's the whole world. Listen to this. They talk about the irony of the whole thing. Guess what book sets the world's record for sales for the most copyrighted book?
The Guinness Book of World Records.
Guinness Book of World Records. Did you? Yeah, I never would have thought of that. Over 100 million.
But here's the thing. The world record changes every year. So somebody buys the book, it's already obsolete.
Yes, isn't that the brilliant part of marketing?
Yes, I guess so.
You know, for those of us that took marketing, it was called planned obsolescence. Now, it doesn't mean 100 million copies sell every year, but it's you plan something to be obsolete. And by the way, just to go off the record, you remember stockings? They had runs in stockings. Do they still have runs? People wear stockings anymore, by the way?
Sometimes.
All right. So you know what? You always had to buy a new pair of stockings. Why? Because you got a
run.
A run. Now, one might ask, it's nothing to do with the World Book of Records. One might ask, was there a way to solve the runs in stockings?
There was, but if they did, everybody would own one pair of stockings, and there goes your marketing plan.
That's exactly right. Amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. Anyway, so this is what they did. 100 million copies.
Wow.
In 100 countries and 37 different languages.
Wow.
So not only that, you know what else they have about the Guinness World Book of Records? This is just from shooting a bird. And listen to this. There are franchises around the world because you can go in many cities around the world to a Guinness World Book of Records.
Store.
Close.
Bar.
Close.
I don't know.
Museum.
Okay, museum.
And there are franchises all over the world where they have all these unbelievable things. And of course, what did they start with? They started with Olympic weightlifting. And this is a good one. Don't try this at home, please, whatever you do. Maybe we'll do it in the backyard. Who can throw the longest egg? They had an egg throwing contest. Who can throw them? Remember, we're going to get weird, folks. We are going to get weird.
Yeah, once you throw the egg and it cracks, you don't know where it is.
Yeah, they have judges. Carol, there are trained judges for all of this stuff. And it's amazing. You can go to the museum. Listen to where these museums are. They're in Tokyo, Copenhagen, San Antonio, London, Trocadero, Bangalore, San Francisco, Myrtle Beach. Anyway, you kind of get the message. Not only did they have that, they also had they also had a television show. And I used to watch that once in a while.
I remember that.
Yeah, when you went to sleep. So it was the Guinness World Book of Records. We actually watched it. It was starring Dean Cain was the host.
Maybe.
Yeah. And you know who Dean Cain was, of course, right? Dean Cain was the guy, Superman on television. But after a while, they said to themselves, people are really getting weird. So they cut out some categories for a while. Ready for this? They had a category called the heaviest fish in the world. Now, why would they cut out that category?
People were trying to catch it or feed the fish.
You got it. You got it.
Trying to feed the fish.
You got it. Exactly right. People were exactly right. The people, we don't rehearse this. People were, and by the way, if the role was reversed, I got to admit something. I would not have come up with that answer. So I have to admit that. That's one of the benefits of asking the questions. But anyway, let's move on. So what people did is they fed their fish lots of food, which was unhealthy, in order to get into the record book. So they decided to take that out. They also dropped eating and drinking records, which since came back. As you know, because in one of our
Yes, get the
discussions,
jelly donuts.
we had the jelly donut one. So they had that and then they dropped it and they didn't want people to get drunk. Why? Because they were afraid of litigation. But what happened there? I don't know. And then one of the most popular things that they dropped, this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Don't try this at home. If you actually want to see it done, watch America's Got Talent. And what are we talking
Oh,
about?
I don't know. Don't tell me it's the knives and everything. Oh, that's disgusting.
You're
The
good.
knife going down, the sword.
That's right. So what they had people do is they had a sword swallowing competition. And the person with the longest sword would get into the record books. Don't try this at home. So what occurred was people had problems and they decided to drop it. But lo and behold, in 2008, it came back. Some other things they decided not to have were chain letters. No more chain letters. And at the request of the U.S. Mint, at one time they had a little contest and they said who could hoard the largest number of pennies in the country.
Which begot a penny shortage, right?
Well, I can't say it did or didn't, but the United States Mint asked them to please stop doing that.
But you know what? Nobody likes chain letters. If you get a chain letter today via email, people don't respond and they say, oh, if you don't answer this, you'll have bad luck, blah, 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 blah. But nobody likes chain letters.
And then they also had another contest, which they dropped because it was too qualitative. What does qualitative mean? You can't measure it, but people were doing it and they dropped it. The most beautiful woman in the world. But all of that was
subjective. That's why you can't measure it, because it's subjective.
Exactly right. So that's a little bit of a background. Now let me go ahead and show you some of the things that we have discovered on the Guinness World Book of Records. And the first one is very recent, and this is not weird or anything else like that. This is very, very recent. The world's oldest married couple, which means they have the record for being married the most number of years. Care to guess how many years that is?
90.
90 years. So they'd have to be, if they got married at 20, they'd have to be 110?
Yeah.
Is that what you really think?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can reveal the answer right now. It is very, very recent. And the gentleman is 110 years old. And the woman is 105 years old. And you think it was 90 years?
80 years.
80 years? No, I think you said.
I said 90, but it says they've been married
for 79.
They've been
married. Look at this. They've been married for, where'd it go? 80 years.
79 years.
79 years. What do you think of that? They live in, where they live? Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador. And they certify that they are the oldest married couple in the world at this time. Now, that's not a weird thing, is it?
No.
No. You want to get weird, Carol?
Yeah.
Here is 19 of the world's most bizarre world records. I do not have them on video. Why? Because they don't allow me to put them on video. Sometimes they think it's a copyright. So some of these are weird. Some of them I didn't want to show you, but I changed my mind. Here's one. The most tattooed man, over 1,000 hours of body modification. Okay? Please, folks, don't leave us yet. You've got to see this weird stuff. It puts you in a good mood. First of all, look at the punny. Look at the face on that guy. Is that somebody you'd want to bring home? Here it is, right here.
Wow.
What do you think?
Interesting. Gone through, he must have a high threshold of pain.
Look at that. He missed a spot. Look at that. Look at that.
No,
the edge of his toes. He missed the ankles and he missed.
No, maybe he didn't miss it. Maybe it wore off.
Now let's see what he writes here. Ms. Miser.
Misery. Maybe it's misery.
Miser is something or other. I can't see that. I don't see any women here. I don't see any hidden messages. So I ask you, Carol, why would, look at those arms. Look at those arms.
Because tattooing in the art world is very addictive. When people start getting, for some reason, when people start getting tattoos, it becomes addictive and they want another one and another one. He took it to the extreme.
Now, let me ask you a question. Anybody out there a dentist? If you were, would you treat this man?
I'm not a dentist, so I'm not qualified to say that.
All right, let's see what else we can come up with. This stuff is weird. Here you go. I have a beard, okay? And not much of a beard.
Not much of a beard.
No, but people have beards. You might have seen the number already. So somebody actually did something which was totally ridiculous or not. He decided to figure out how many toothpicks he can put in his beard. And he set a world's record for the number of toothpicks in a beard. Here we go. 3,500 toothpicks in a beard. You want to see what he looks like?
I certainly do. Oh my God. So you can't see the beard. He actually, oh my God, how's he gonna get, it looks like a porcupine.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know. So the question is, and I don't know the answer, but I would ask you this. Did he put them in there or did somebody do it for him?
Somebody must have had to do it. Either that or he's very talented and looked at the mirror and stuck him in. But I think he had help.
So let me ask you this question.
No, thank you. I'm not doing that to you.
No. If you were looking for a toothpick and he came up.
No, I wouldn't use that toothpick. No, thank you.
So there we go. I told you this stuff's gonna get weird.
And you know, the interesting thing, unless it's a close-up, it actually looks like long toothpick because if you look at it, it's much longer. If you look at the thing, it's much longer than normal toothpick.
Yep. All right, let's see what the next one we're gonna come up with. This stuff is really weird. Most tricks performed by a pig in a minute.
I didn't even know pig could perform tricks.
Well, there you go.
All right, so.
There you go. How we doing there, Mr. Pig?
Well, that's kind of cute.
You know what I would think, Carol? Pretty handy to have one of those around.
Why? Oh, handy to have one of those around? I'm not
shaking hands. Handy.
Very good.
My attempt, it failed. Trying to put some humor. Here we go. Highest jump. Don't leave yet. Highest jump on a pogo stick.
That a pogo stick is very hard to do. 11,000. Let's see. 11.15 feet. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
And I can't stay on very long.
No. Okay. Have you ever been on a pogo stick? Don't try this now. Have you ever been on a pogo stick?
I said yes.
Yes, and you did. And what do you think? Is that worth something? Would you like to know this man?
Talented. All right, let's see.
If you knew this man, let me ask you
a question. So he wanted to jump on a pogo stick. That's what I said. That's his claim to fame. He jumped on a pogo stick.
Would you ask him that? Why he jumped on a pogo stick?
Probably.
Probably. All right, let's see what else we can find.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, that is pretty high.
That is pretty high.
But you know what bothers me on this picture? I'm just going to be a conspiracy theorist. He's wearing red. That's a red background. I'm just wondering if that's an illusion. But accordingly, listen to this. The World Book of Guinness, the Guinness World Book of Records, I should say, they do actually certify every one of these.
So it had to be.
Yeah. All right, let's see which one is coming up now. That's an evidence. Longest hair on a teenager. I don't know why I give these away. Longest hair on a teenager.
5 feet 7 inches. I'm only 5 feet 1 inch. And this is like an average man size, 5 feet 7 inches. Look at this. Holy smokes. Oh my, and he got it to stand up. Oh my God, let's see this. It's the back of it. Oh, wow. Oh, she's laying down.
Look
she bent down.
That. Isn't that amazing? Look at that.
And not only that, it's curly, it's beautiful hair. It's curly hair.
It is. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at that. Okay. All right. Shortest living horse. Shortest living horse. 22.36
inches.
All right. No big deal there.
That's a little horse.
A little horse.
They're not even calling it a pony. That's right. They're calling it a horse. It's not a pony. It's a horse.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Carol. Carol won a contest once for hula hoops. We were at some dance party or
I
something.
did.
Remember that?
I did.
I don't know where the trophy is. Now, we do have a winner, the Guinness World Book of Records, hula hoop, not her. Don't worry about it. She ain't there. But look at this one here.
Largest hula hoop spun. Oh, the hula hoop, not saying how long. The hula
Right.
hoop is 17 feet.
You ready for this?
Let's see this. Oh, wow, I don't know how she could do that. Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that something?
Oh, that's amazing.
Now, here's what bothers me.
What?
It's some things I just don't get. If this goes all the way out here,
Yeah.
right? What happens back here? I mean, how
I
does
know.
how
I
does she
don't
spin it?
understand it. I don't know.
You see what I'm referring to, folks. You can't
Yeah.
see, you can't see me point. How does it go there?
Right.
But these are all certified. I checked these out before I showed them to you. So I think that's absolutely amazing. Now, let me show you the power of Colombo perception.
Okay.
They live somewhere in Florida.
There are palm trees and
No, yeah, palm trees. What else?
and the palm trees
Oh, Carol, it's right in front of you.
right in front of me.
Yeah,
What is it?
the Christmas decorations.
Right. There's no snow.
Yeah, no, Christmas decorations, right?
Yeah.
And she's outside. Looks like she's nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these, of course, are Florida homes. Okay, how we doing so far? Let's see what's coming up next. The smallest bull.
26.6 inches tall.
All
That
right.
does not look like a bull. That does not look like the bull that we were chased by.
Wait a minute. Are you? Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
That looks like a tame guy.
All right. I was about to call BS on that, but I'm not going to. So, what is Carol?
Well, he does have bull horns.
Yeah. Oh yeah, boy, she is
Yeah,
good.
he does have bull
I
horns.
did not see that. You
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
Wow.
With the bull.
Jeez. Okay. So one thing that she was talking about, Carol and I, in fact, were chased by a bull once.
It was not pleasant.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. So we're going to tell you the story real quick. What happened? It's nothing to do with Guinness World Book of Records, but we like to share personal stories. So we were in Switzerland once.
Right, on top of a gorgeous mountain.
Gorgeous. We hiked up there, and
We hiked up there. It was a crisp day, and there was a little place, and we had some hot chocolate. And then we looked at our watch and said, "Oh my gosh, we've got to get the train. We've got to catch because there's only one train going back."
right.
So we had to hike down the mountain,
We had
and
to hike down the mountain. We came to a pasture land, and guess what dummy was wearing something red? Me. And there was a bull in the pasture. And guess who began to run after me?
the bull.
The bull.
We never ran so fast in our life. I think we might have climbed up a rock. Anyway, P.S. Make the story shorter. We made the train by this much.
But I'll tell you something that I find very, very interesting. That bull could not run very fast, thankfully. It wasn't a fast running bull. So maybe, I'm just making this up as I go along, maybe the owner of the bull was feeding the bull to become the world's heaviest bull. I don't know, but I'm just trying to play with my imagination.
Whatever the case, we're very thankful.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else we got. I got a whole bunch more. Here we go. We have the biggest speaker. Don't care about that. And more drum beats in 1 minute using a drumstick prosthetic.
Which means he has lost the use of his arms and
Right.
he's still able to play the drum. That's fascinating.
Which I think is amazing.
It's
Absolutely
amazing.
See, not everything is weird. And the tallest hat. What was that? What's that children's book with the hat and the red?
We got the Cat in the Hat.
A Cat in the Hat. Dr. Seuss, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at this guy. Longest hat ever. Look at that guy. And I play table tennis. This is not a legal ping pong table or ping pong paddle. Look at that guy.
How the heck can you look at the size of the ball? How the heck can you hold that? And how can you hold that?
The world's largest ping pong paddle. There we go. And the most weight lifted by Atlas Stone in 1 minute, 1,189 pounds.
By a female.
By a female. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to you want to try and break that record?
No, thank you.
I don't either.
I don't know. Good. Nah, we're going to pass on that one. Oh, look at this. Largest collection of Transformers. You know those little things that
Kids love
kids love? Look at that.
2,111 items,
Largest humanoid vehicle.
27 feet.
Look at that guy.
Oh, wow.
Yikes. All right. And most consecutive pinky pull-ups with a
Ooh,
pinky.
ooh.
Look at that. Let me give you the numbers. 36. Amazing. Amazing. Most victories. Don't care about that. Oh, here we go. Fastest time to eat a bowl of pasta. 26.69 seconds. Look at that. Wow. And all right, that's it from this one. Let me go on to show you some others. Here we go. And here we go. I did that one. Here's some more. So here are ones from Jewish people. So I found this, as you can tell, in the Times of Israel. So let's see what we can come up with here. The Guinness World Book of Records certifies the world's most valuable dreidel. Whoa. 18 gold piece,
18 karat gold piece stands at 10.8 centimeters high and is valued at $70,000 with a 4.2 carat diamond on its tip and letters made of white gold encrusted with 222 round brilliant diamonds.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Is that nice?
Yeah.
Why
what
would
to do with it?
Now,
That's
here's
beautiful.
here's a point. Number one, look at this. This is pretty recent, December
Yeah.
25th, 2019, at 1 a.m. That is amazing. So let me ask you this question. If I can find that for next year.
No, thank you.
You don't want it?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Look at that. $70,000. Bet you never knew that.
Once a year? No, thank you.
All right. The world's largest challah. Longest challah. Record-setting piece of bread is 32 feet long, made from 150 pounds of dough. And this was done by the Jewish National Fund and Grandma Moses Bakery. I'm trying to read there. That's a pretty big challah. So my question.
Pretty long.
Long challah, but big too.
No, it's long.
No, it's big.
It's long. Not big. It's long.
It's big.
It's long.
Anyway.
Okay.
So Carol, what kind of an oven would that be cooked in?
I have no idea, unless it was done in different segments and pieced together.
All right, let's see if they have a better story on this. Here, a kosher bakery in Sydney, Australia, has broken the record. Grandma Moses Bakery, as I said, in partnership with the Jewish National Fund in South Wales, broke the record according to a Facebook post.
132 feet over 150 pounds of dough and 10 hours to bake.
Wow. The previous record was set in Brooklyn in 2015. 100 volunteers and plenty of dough. Wow. All right. So how many of us would like to eat from that one? I think that one would be cool. All right. Let's see the next one. Israeli flag. Oh, I didn't even know this. Israeli flag made of cookies in Atlanta breaks Guinness record.
117,000 edible baked treats over 3,224 square feet to celebrate 17 years of Israel's independence.
Let me see, and take a look at this. Can you see the cookies in there?
That's the cookies. They just frosted it.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
It's just a flat thing that they frosted.
Yep. And they did, if you look in the background, it says official attempt. And they did it. Now, here's a question. I wonder, why did they do this? I don't know. Let me see if there's a little bit of an article on this as to why they did this. It just doesn't make any sense. And let's see. The Atlanta Jewish community broke a Guinness record after creating, well, I wonder what the record was before. The flag was created to celebrate Israel's 70th birthday. The previous record holder, I guess there was a flag made to mark Pakistan's 70th. The new record holder is 32% larger, the Atlanta Jewish Times reported. The flag was certified on Sunday by Guinness adjudicator, etc.
And they sold it, the people sponsoring it sold it for $10 a piece.
Yep, I can't show the video, but people, here at $10 a piece with donations going to 3 nonprofit organizations. There's a nice little fundraiser. Wow, that is interesting. Carol, how are we doing so far? We had some of the weird stuff.
And weird stuff.
And believe me, I didn't show you everything. Watch this. is we got the Tel Aviv Toys. Oh, wow. Tel Aviv Toys with world record via 118-foot Lego tower. Look at that. See if we can get a better picture of that. A Lego tower.
500,000 pieces.
Let's see
But
what.
that's sad in memory of an 8-year-old boy.
All right.
Who died
500,000
of
pieces used for project launched in memory of 8-year-old who died of cancer. Look at how well they did that. Municipality workers and volunteers in Tel Aviv have built a 36-meter, 118 tower of Lego bricks designed to set a
And
new
everybody,
world record.
the city's residents donated the colored plastic bricks.
Wow. You know, as I said earlier, this has been a weird year. This was done in 2017. The project was launched over a year ago by teachers of 8-year-old who passed away of cancer. Just amazing. Look at that. Isn't that amazing how they did this? The tower was raised up. You know what? I don't know if it's still there, but if we ever go to Israel, we should try and find this. The previous record was done in Italy. You see the mind that Jewish people have? Look how we do these things. All right. Boy Scouts. Ooh, we were just talking about that. Boy Scouts set world record in records in dreidel spinning. I think we saw that the other day. I'm not going to do that. And let's see. Breaks Guinness. Spider-Man live performs around his own. What the heck is this? Oh, that he spun his feet around. A young Palestinian contortionist known as Gaza Spider-Man has entered the World Book of Records. A 13-year-old broke the records for the most full body revolution. So what that is saying, went like that and like that and like that.
Maintaining a chest stand in one, so he stood on his chest and he rotated his legs.
Oh, that should be on America's Got Talent, don't you think?
I guess.
You know, one thing about doing this trick,
yeah,
you can't get dizzy.
I guess.
What do you think? All right, let's see what else we can come up with. These are all found under the Israeli news. Where we go with here. Here we go. 2016. Israeli Holocaust survivor confirmed as world's oldest man. That was at that time. Guinness confirms. All right, we got that again. Menorahs, the size matter. Well, we talked about that. 15-ton. Whoa. Oh, 15-ton hummus record bid foiled by Guinness security jitters.
Wow.
Filmmaker cries discrimination after Irish officials decline to check out planned largest chickpea paste plate. And let's see if there's a couple more. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Israeli magician sets Guinness record by card tricks. What does that mean? Oh, no, I'm going to go to this one here. Florida's synagogue. I didn't know this. Florida's synagogue's world's record talit. This one I did not know. Many of them I didn't know. What do you think about this one? A synagogue in Boca Raton set the world's record for largest prayer shawl. The Guinness World Book of Records certified that a special talit made for Boca Raton Synagogue, a modern Orthodox congregation, for its yearly Simchas Torah. Wow.
So they're all wrapped up into one thing?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're all, yeah, I guess they are. Yep. Wow. Did you know that? I didn't know that. All right, let's see what else we can come up with. I hope we're doing well so far for everybody. And there we go. Hummus record foiled. Oops, got to go one more. And here we go. And well, how many? Well, maybe I got to go back every time and press that button. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. More again. We're just going to do one or two more because I wanted to give you a taste of what people are doing in this world. It's world second for dreidel, 740 tops. Scout breaks dreidel record. We knew that. World's biggest digital printer at shofar record. Let's go look at that one. This might be a good one to end up in. Here we go. More than 1,000 participated event shattering earlier 2006 shofar blowing record, which stood at 796. More than 1,000 people gathered at a New Jersey Jewish Institute to break the Guinness World Book records for shofar ensemble. The participants blew together on the shofars for 5 minutes. Wow. The Great Shofar Blowout. partnership done by the Partnership for Jewish Learning and Life. And we want to make sure we don't miss anything important. And oh, yes, I wanted to show this one to you. This Jewish family is traveling to every single country. Don't try this at home because you got to leave home. May 2019. Look at this. One of this Guinness World Book of Records, eat an absurd amount of bagel, jump ropes. The last one, incredibly expensive, but it's easy to do. A screenwriter who literally coined he wrote this?
The bucket list, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
His wife,
He's currently
Catherine,
attempting
his
this
sons,
feat.
5 and 10, are traveling along. Wow.
After graduating New York University, Zachman, I didn't know a Jew did that. Scribbled what he called a long list of things to do before I kicked the bucket. Yeah. Which he later shortened to Justin's bucket list. Marrying the perfect woman, jumping out of an airplane, and visiting the pyramids in Egypt. We did that.
And the
We
Taj
didn't jump out
Mahal.
of an airplane. I did marry the perfect woman. And Taj Mahal in India were among a few things on the list. And
he crossed off the first item.
Get a movie made in a major Hollywood studio.
And then the movie was the bucket list.
Oh my gosh, I did not know this. I'm glad you stuck around to the end. Following the success of the film, which starred Morgan Freeman, he was honored. Wow. And which they added to the bucket list. And then he's got it away. So what's he doing? About 12 years later, plus 2 kids, 2 movies, and a TV show.
His family has visited 21 countries deep into their endeavor, and they want to scratch visit every country off his bucket list.
Interesting. All right, so let me tell you this about traveling. So Carol and I have traveled to 82 different countries. No, I don't want you to think that we're wealthy, okay? I did most of this for free. No, I'm not a cheater, nor did we do stowaways. What occurred was the following.
Did I get that? Yeah.
The what? Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you. So what occurred was the following. I did a lot of travel for business, and I collected over 1.3 million miles. And that turned out to be 3 million different miles with bonuses. So when I flew my millionth mile on May 6, 2003, I actually made up the certificate. I had the captain sign it, the co-pilot, flight attendants, and a witness to make sure I wasn't making it up. So I don't think anybody, you know what? I know I don't have the world's record for airline mileage, but I probably have the world's record for being the only one to have a certified certificate showing that I did. So anyway, the point of the story was we thought we traveled a lot. And at one time, we lived in Omaha. I think we were up to 70 or something. And I was pretty excited about that until I met a man. And I'm not going to tell you, his first name is Richard. I'm not going to give you his last name. And Richard and I had a conversation, and I was boasting about my 70. And he said, hey, listen, I was already to 129 countries. 129 countries. And as a matter of fact, at one point, I had my own TV show. So I interviewed him for the show to see how he did it, why he did it, and the whole 9 yards. So it was really very interesting.
Now, wait a minute. That's making me think. So are we going to start traveling so we could break Richard's record and end up in the Guinness Book? No.
Well, Richard is not in the Guinness World Book of Records. I don't know who is. If you want to find out, let me make this suggestion. Go to Amazon.com and be one of the 100 million members of the human race who picks up a copy of the Guinness World Book of Records. Because today we only showed you just a smattering, just a little bit of what is going on there in the world. Maybe, just maybe, you'll find something pretty safe, like a dreidel, like a tallis, or some other items that are of very interest to you. And you know what I would hope? That all of us get a chance to really say to ourselves, maybe we are not record setters, maybe we are not in the Guinness World Book of Records, but yet maybe each and every one of us has made a mark on this earth that we will be remembered for. We really hope that you thoroughly enjoyed this journey through the Guinness World Book of Records, something lighthearted, something fun, something interesting.
Definitely interested. I never knew some of these things.
And we look forward to seeing each and every one of you again. When? When do you think?
When?
next time.
Next time.
We'll see you later. Enjoy. I'm glad we had an opportunity to spend time together. Bye-bye.
Bye.